Okay, we got some information for you here, folks.
Welcome back, folks.
What we're going to do is we're going to show you how we clean the layout letters. And we've got 3 different kinds of letters that we've used over the years, and they have a tendency to build up with ink over a period of time. Here's one that's really built up pretty heavy. It's almost twice its original thickness just in ink. Show that as a close-up, son. Hold it up close to the camera so they can get an idea of what the build-up is on that.
So hopefully
and then you kind of rotate it a little. Yeah, that's...
you can kind of see the way that's built up. That's really not the way it's supposed to look. That's just probably 30 or 40 or 50 coats of ink.
Maybe 150.
Yeah, maybe more.
Some of these letters we've had for like 35, 40 years. So there's a lot of buildup on some of this stuff. And over the years, we just got to where we throw them away because we always had a good supply of them. But nowadays, they're fairly expensive. We don't want to throw them away. And we found that cleaning them is really, really fairly simple. There's a couple of ways to do it. We've got what? We've got 3 different materials.
Yeah.
We've got the really old ones, like the 15, 20 years old. Originally, they were made from injection molded acrylic.
And this was our original ones that we've had for 20, 30, 40 years. These are the kinds that we had. That's the white acrylic. Then after that, we lost our source of our acrylic letters, like many of you know. So we started actually making them. Dad set up patterns, and we started making them out of PVC, black PVC, or white PVC. Yeah. So that was what this product is, white or black PVC. Okay. Then we decided to change to a different product that was a little bit cheaper.
That was about a year, maybe 2 years, probably a year ago.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more.
Yeah. So now any of that you have got layout letters from us in the last year probably got them out of hardboard. We now laser cut them out of hardboard. And that's what this material looks like. Of course, this is sprayed black. But on the back side, you can see it's kind of a brown color, and it's hardboard. This is a much better product, much better layout letter. What we're going to show you is a way to clean. Doesn't matter which product you have, whether it's the old acrylic, the PVC, or the hardboard. What we're going to show you how to clean them is going to work on any of them, so you don't have to worry. That's what we wanted to come up with, is a way that's going to work for everybody out there as far as cleaning layout letters. This is assuming you got your layout letters from us. And we are assuming that.
Now, to begin with, I'm going to show you what I've used for the last several years, and it really works well. But we've even evolved beyond that. But I used a product called gunk. If any of you are mechanics, if you've ever done any repair on your engines in your vehicles, this stuff is just a degreaser, but it also dissolves the marsh or the ink that we use, whether it's Ideal or Marsh. This will dissolve it. So we just spray a bunch of this into a bottle, and just the same as we're going to show you, but we're going to show you with gasoline rather than gunk. And what's the matter?
Go ahead, Dad. I'm going to grab something real quick. You keep
talking. Anyway, the gunk will work just fine. All you got to do is put it in a bottle, put the gunk in there, get it really in a good solution, and slosh it around. And the nice thing about it rinses off with water. That's what it's designed to do on your engine. When you spray your engine with gunk, get it completely degreased, and you just wash it off with water. So if you don't want to use the gasoline, which is what we're going to recommend, if you don't want to use the gasoline, gunk would be your second best choice.
Just to kind of refresh, in case some of you are watching this video that haven't used our system and don't remember what we're using or haven't seen what we use for our layout, this is an ink. So regular paint thinner doesn't touch this stuff. That's why we're not using a paint thinner or mineral spirits or something like that. It really doesn't work on ink. It won't touch it. So that's the reason that you're going with something different than just paint thinner, because this is ink.
And we don't use paint.
Yeah,
we don't use paint on our signs. We use amber.
Yeah.
So paint is a no-no for routed signs, simply because it soaks into the wood. You can't sand it out. You can't get it out.
So just in case somebody's watching this video that's wondering why aren't you using paint thinner, it's because we don't use paint. We use ink. for our layout and for our backgrounds. So that's why we have to use a different solvent other than paint thinner. So that's just kind of a short background. So go
Now
ahead.
here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how we just take letters, and some of these got heavy coats of ink. Some of them have light coats of ink, but if you do this periodically, and I'm talking about, maybe once every month or so, depending on how many signs you're making, all you do is put some in a jar that will hold it. Then you put a supply of gasoline. This is just regular gas. Close the jar up. Now thing about this is if you want to, you can just leave it soak overnight and it won't hurt anything. But if you just slosh it around, you can see it start to discolor. Not much yet, but it doesn't take long before that ink, before the gasoline starts dissolving the ink. It won't hurt the letters and numbers. But you're working with gasoline. If you're working inside, it's very dangerous. You get a lot of toxic fumes, and there's always a chance of an accident if you're working with gas, if you're doing it inside. So if you're going to use the gas and do it the way we're showing you here tonight, I highly recommend that you do it outside. Never do it inside. We're doing it inside because we've got our studio here, we've got fire extinguishers and so on, but we're only doing this as a teaching video. In fact, if we clean our letters, we do it outside. We've got the whole desert out here. We've got a big pallet that we spread this stuff out on, and we clean our letters outside. We recommend that you do the same. Don't ever do it inside if you can possibly help it. It's just too dangerous.
So
too much of a chance.
That's our disclaimer. We don't want anybody out there doing anything that's dangerous. So gasoline is very volatile, very flammable. So you want to watch out for the fumes. Obviously, I wouldn't be smoking if you're doing this. Might be a bad idea. Don't be on oxygen and smoking while you're doing this. So we don't want any human flames out there going on and then blaming us because we didn't give you a disclaimer. Be very, very careful if you're working with gas. It works terrific, but it's very dangerous. So, heed our warnings. Definitely do it outside. Plenty of ventilation, and you won't have any problems. Just be really careful and sensible.
Yeah, just always do it outside.
Yeah.
It's just a simple rule. Do it outside. Now, it already started to cloud up a little bit. And sometimes you have to let these set and soak for several minutes, and of course we don't have time on this video. But once this is done, once it soaks for an hour or so, and they're clean enough to satisfy you, then all you do is just pour the gas back off of them, and you can see a lot of the chunks down in this jar, and then just spread them out on a piece of cardboard, literally. And let them dry. The nice thing about gasoline is it's going to, if it's sitting outside and you got ventilation, it's going to evaporate. And if we had let these soak for an hour or so and then swished them around and got all of the ink off of them, put them out here, let them dry for an hour or two, there'd be no ink left on them at all. They'd be just almost like brand new letters.
Yeah.
So this is what this video is all about, is to teach you how we clean our letters and give you an option for cleaning your letters, so you don't have to keep buying new letters just because they get ink buildup on them.
Okay, so we're kind of running out of time here. It's very simple to do. If you have any questions, write us an email. Let us know. Again, give us
Gas
some
fumes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that's about it. We'll wrap it up. And,
Yeah, we'll wrap this one up and
get it posted.
We've got a couple more that we're going to make, but probably won't be tonight. But we've got a couple more we're going to make. So we've got some other really good tips for you that you haven't seen before. So stay tuned and keep checking back on our YouTube videos.
And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube videos. That way you get notification every time a new one comes out.
Good point.
Okay. All right. See ya.